Okay, so now let's complete the discussion by adding specialization into the company's decision. We know the company may also choose to specialize on one product. Now we want to ask whether that can help the company to do the differentiation. In a separating equilibrium, we probably will see that the high quality firm specializes in one category and the low quality firm serves both categories. Okay? It's not so reasonable for us to see that the high quality firm is serving both categories and the low quality firm serves only one category. Okay? That's not reasonable. And we know only the high quality firm has an incentive to specialize in one category. So now, in that case, a high quality firm, the profit will be determined by that single price in a separating equilibrium. Okay, because in this separating equilibrium, you only serve one market, so you only choose one price. This is your profit function, and then as a low end company, you may choose to also give up one market and choosing the same price to pool with the high quality firm. Okay, so these are the respective profit function. Again, here, this is the expected quality perceived by consumers. And now, again, we use something labeled with star to note the type H and type L firms' equilibrium profits under separation. Okay, this should be S. Okay, for specialization. Now, in a separating equilibrium, for the high quality firm, we have this problem. The high quality firm in a separating equilibrium will choose to serve only one market by setting up one price. So this is his or her profit function. Then there are again two constraints. The low quality firm can choose to serve both markets with an optimized prices. Okay, even if you don't solve it, you probably can understand what will be this, how to get this outcome. As a low quality firm, I simply serve both serve both markets by setting up the first best prices. Because once I serve two markets, consumers will know I am having a low quality. Then I can choose my first best prices. Whenever I give up and I admit my low quality, in this separating equilibrium, I need to make sure that this profit is higher than trying to specialize and pool with the high quality firm and getting this amount of money. Okay, the first constraint is again to prevent the low quality company to mimic the high quality company. For the second one, it's also the same thing. I want to make sure that I, as a high quality firm, really prefers to specialize and earn the earn the profit under separation. This must be higher than what I may get by using only price as my signal. Okay, so this is something very interesting. This is pi. Okay, so let's focus on this more. I know this part, the right hand side, is my equilibrium expected profit under complete separation. Okay, I separate myself from the low quality firm by specializing in only one category. Okay, that's something I do. Even if I give up using specialization as a signaling device, okay, I move to the left hand side. That does not mean I need to pull with the low quality guy. I can still serve both markets while using a price as my signaling device. Okay, that's why I earn this left hand side. This particular number is the outcome derived in the previous lecture. Okay, when we only use price as a signal, we know what may we get under separation. Okay, and we also know that under separation we can earn more than under pooling in this particular case. So that's why the left hand side is this instead of being pulled by the low quality company. Okay, so let's read these sentences. The low type firm should find it suboptimal to mimic the high type company. The high type company will find it suboptimal to serve two categories and signal with price alone. Okay, that's the left hand side. If both are satisfied, then the high quality firm will choose to signal its, its quality with both specialization and the prices. Okay, we ignore the similar problem for the low quality firm. Okay, one thing that we should see is that because we have that second constraint, the firm will actually earn more by using specialization as another signaling device. When I use specialization, I earn this one. When I don't use it, I get the left hand side one. So eventually I must get more, right? But be careful. This is under the assumption that the firm is better off under a separating equilibrium. If the firm really wants to separate itself and there are two devices, then it will be better to use both devices. Okay? If you really want to differentiate yourself. But again, pooling equilibria are actually possible. So specialization may actually be suboptimal. Okay? So we are not saying that in equilibrium the company must specialize. Okay? That's not our prediction. Because pooling equilibrium may actually be more beneficial. Or at least pooling equilibrium may actually be the true outcome. Alright, so anyway, we have our analysis for that particular problem. There exists a separating equilibrium in which the high quality firm specializes, and again, the price will be higher than the complete information price. The upward distortion, okay, however, is less than that when signaling only through prices. On the other hand, the low quality firm will still serve both categories and do that with the first best prices. So something we found is here. First, prices and specialization can together signal quality. And also we still need an upward price distortion when we are specializing in one single market. Okay, in one single market. So here the comparison, that's them, is the comparison between the two cases with or without specialization. Okay, think about the case without specialization. So you still serve two markets, but you upwards your prices to a certain level so that the low quality guy does not want to mimic you. Okay, so for in that case for product 1, you increase your price to a level. Okay, you increase your price to a level. Okay, this is your first best price for category 1, and you increase that to a certain level when you use price only. Suppose you use price plus specialization, then you still have upward distortion, but then the degree of upward distortion will be lower than before. Okay, so you probably will set up your price here when you have price plus specialization. Okay, let's try to answer this, why the distortion will become smaller. Previously, we need to upward distort prices so that we can discourage the low quality firm from mimicking myself. Or I should say, I as a high quality firm, I need to set up the price to be so high so that I can guarantee to my consumers that I am really a high quality firm. Okay, that's something I want to do. And this is because the low quality firm simply hates high prices. That's how I can guarantee to my consumers. What's more is that actually the low quality firm also hates specialization, right? Because it must give up the profit in category 2. That's not that's not a very good idea. So as a high quality firm, I see it and I know I can in some sense lose fewer money or earn more money when I specialize in only product 1 because my quality is high. With that high quality, even if I focus only in product 1, I can still earn enough money. Okay? Compared to serving both market, my loss is not so much. So that's why the low quality firm would hate specialization. And then the only thing I need to do is to differentiate myself with that low quality guy. So if I use 2 devices together, then the first device does not need to be used to such a high degree. So once I do so, once I specialize, that price does not need to be increased so much. Okay, I don't need such a so high price to prevent that guy to mimic myself, because specialization can do that job in some sense. Okay, so it's time to make some conclusions. I mean, to further analysis. If we also do some comparative statistics, we can somehow predict that under the following conditions, we would see specialization more likely. First, when the market of the second category is small. Okay, if delta is small, then obviously we have more incentive to specialize in only product 1. When the price sensitivity is high, if that's the case, then using price only is going to be harmful. We should try to minimize the upward distortion on prices. Finally, when consumers are not confident about the quality, okay, when lambda is small. This is similar to some discussions we did in the previous lecture time. Okay, when the prior belief is when consumers have a low prior belief on high quality, you may need to signal your product to really earn some money. Okay, you may really need to give guarantees to your consumers. Okay, these are something we may found. Okay, even though we ignored a lot of details, I hope this lecture still gives you something. First, a specific formulation for describing a separating equilibrium. Okay, when we talk about this particular problem. Okay, I hope that's a good example for you. And also within this problem, we still can see that prices or specialization can do separation, and there are some reasonable intuitions with them. Okay, when you want to differentiate yourself with the other guy, you need to do something that the other guy is unwilling to do. And in this case, you increase your price or you specialize. Okay? So that's the end of today's lecture. Okay, thank you.